You don't really have time to focus on yourself.
I mean, aside from sleeping, I don't really get a break from my busy everyday lifestyle.
What we're teaching here and what we're teaching, the lessons of life, is not difficult. It's not difficult. Nobody teaches it. No one teaches it. And it's a shame. Now, why am I doing this? But when I see kids who may be suffering, who are hurting, who are not doing what they should be doing because of lack of confidence, lack of belief, I feel it because there's no reason. If I could do it, my God, anybody can do it.
The Gardens is a tool to motivate and inspire, and I think that that's one of the greatest challenges that we have in Johnstown is there is a lack of inspiration, a lack of motivation to live a good life.
Well, Johnstown's been a distressed city for years, and with that comes lack of opportunity. If you're 15 years old, you can be whatever you want to be. But if their ceiling's this low, they don't see anybody around them that's succeeding, then we have to show them the way.
The purpose of Tranquility Gardens is simply to inspire, to motivate, to help anyone who comes here to reach their fullest potential in life.
Answer for the kids is the education. The kids that come through here, they get it. It's like, but we need to do more. It's not one-time deal. You have to stick with it.
I think that mindfulness brings us happiness. Being mindful, being aware of our thoughts, our emotions, the world around us, is a very, very important component of living a good life.
Education is the key, and our educational institutions have to lead the way.
I would say it's a really great experience to just come here and get a tour, or even to just cruise at your own pace, to see everything, to look at some of the statues, the quotes, just be outside and be one with the wilderness. It's something really neat to see, and I encourage anyone to come up here and try it.
You know, get quiet and to really reflect on your own thoughts, and how in doing so, that's how you live, like, you know, a truly happy life. The area where he had the 4 philosophers, and it was kind of interesting to see how these people 2,000 years ago were thinking, and how that kind of has played into our lives today.
Traditionally, once you get to the center, you're supposed to stop, meditate for a little while, relax, and then gently draw your way back out.
And you actually can feel it. Once you start doing it, that if you're troubled and you know, like your shoulders are tight and all that kind of stuff, all of a sudden it starts to go away. And you find your own answers.
Meditation seems like a good way to relax and to step back from the things you're dealing with and kind of think about them and figure them out. And walking through some of the quotes that were on the plaques and on the statues, it definitely helps with thinking about what kind of purpose you have and how you can go out and change things.
Brain is full of invasive weeds for 30 years. You're not functioning very well. You're not functioning well at all. And the Harvard study says that you can rewire the brain. You pluck out the invasive weeds, you plant some good weeds, and guess what? You're flourishing.
The gardens are different from any other place in the area, especially, you know, it's not just like walking through the woods. You kind of experience something that you wouldn't experience, you know, anywhere else.
Education was starting to recognize that this is probably the most important thing you can learn first. So what they've discovered is, you start with happiness. You teach a person how to be happy from day one, guess what? They're going to succeed in the other stuff. So what we're teaching here is people will say to us, you know, they look at me as a 75-year-old hippie, you're sitting in the woods, you can do that. We don't have time for that. Well, Harvard studies have saying, you better make time for that because that's the most important thing you can do.
The future of the gardens really depends on our community. The community hopefully will be able to receive the gardens as the resource and tool that it is. You come in here and say, what is this? And
What places in Johnstown can you go walking through the woods and run into Socrates?